Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I can't seem to build any kind of wealth whatsoever.
Oh. What's happening? Tell us more.
Well, I got 3 boys, and I got a wife that stays at home, and I'm the only income. But I think I'll make okay money. But every time I try to build some wealth, like something happens with the kids, or something on that line.
Tell us about your income. What are you making every year?
Well, I'm a union electrician.
Okay.
So I make about $15.28 if I work on Saturdays.
Okay.
I usually work Saturdays.
So every month, if you look at your budget, how much is on that top item?
My budget's it takes about $4,800 and some change, maybe.
Okay, but
is that what you're bringing in?
$4,800.
Income-wise, that's what you're bringing in?
Income-wise, I'm bringing in maybe about 6.
Okay, so 6,000. Okay, and then do you guys have debt?
Well, I got my Jeep, and my old lady has her van.
Is that on payments?
I wish it wasn't, but it is.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. How much do you guys owe on yours?
Well, my Jeep, I got maybe 8,000 left, and on her van, we just had to get, so it's around 22.
Okay. You said you just got it?
Yeah, we just got it maybe about a week ago.
How much are your car payments on both of those?
Well, that's where it's eating me. Because,
Yeah, I bet.
On my Jeep, I'm paying about 4. On her van, I'm paying around 6.
Ooh, I bet you. Ooh,
Yeah, it's
that's
$1,000.
Okay, what
Yeah,
else? So
so
you got the Jeep, the van. What else do you have? Are there credit cards? Do you have any other loans?
No, I really don't have loans. I mean, we got groceries, and we got rent.
Okay,
and,
so that's fine. Those are fixed expenses on your budget. But do you have any other debt, which is a lump sum of money that you owe?
I mean, maybe when I was a younger man. I'll just keep it easy. I'd probably say maybe about $10,000, maybe.
What would it be?
In credit cards?
Oh, no, it'd probably be a little bit of hospital, and maybe miscellaneous. I'm sorry, I'm kind of lost.
That's
for
okay.
words.
You're fine.
That's okay.
Brandon, how old are your kids?
I got a 10-year-old, I got a 6-year-old, and I got a one about to be 2-year-old.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think you're having a hard time building wealth because your biggest wealth building tool is your income. And right now, $1,000 of your income is going, and maybe a little bit more, is going towards your debt payments every single month. And it sounds like, I'm not sure, but it sounds like maybe you're trying to do a little of this, a little of that over here. And the method that we teach you is going to give you focused intensity on one area at a time for the most part. So, Do you have any money saved?
That's the problem. I don't.
Okay.
I can't seem to save a dollar.
Okay, so let's go back to the essentials here. I think the first thing here is the budget. You told me that out of $6,000 a month, it takes $4,800 to run your household. So that means somewhere along the way, there's $1,200 left if you're doing your budget correct.
Right.
But you just said you can't find a dollar. So something about that budget isn't adding up. So let's kind of let Rachel and I give you a quick crash course with the budget.
Yeah, because the thing is with the budget, Brandon, is it needs to be realistic. So you keep saying, okay, which I get. Jade has kids, I have little kids, so stuff does come up, when you're a family and there's multiple people you're keeping afloat. So either you need to redo the budget and say, okay, realistically, we need a kids line item because stuff is going to come up every month that we have to pay, school fees, like whatever it may be.
Sports.
Yep, that we're going to put in. And then there also may be, Brandon, a time that you and your wife sit down and you say, okay, we're going to limit this budget. And just because we feel like, the kids need X, Y, and Z, we may tell them no right now. Because your goal is going to be to get out of debt. And so that budget is really, really key. And tightening up that budget is gonna be huge. So that's gonna automatically probably give you some of that breathing room of that $1,200 that we don't, it kind of just disappears.
The next piece of this I would do, okay, so Rachel's telling you tighten up the budget.
Yeah, and you have a lot of car.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going next?
Yeah, you just bought this car for $22,000.
It's a $600 payment a month, Brandon.
Sell it.
Sell it. Yeah, because, and we always say not to have anything with wheels and motors that is more than half of your annual income. And you guys are right over that. I mean, you're making 60. Yeah. And I mean, you guys are, you're close to that. You're at 30. I mean, like that. So it's too much. You have too much car. And I think you're feeling that, Brandon. You're feeling that. And so looking to say, okay, what are our options? What can we do that is different? And it's probably going to be selling that van.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. And that's going to take, so let's put this in the timeline. So the first thing you're doing, what Rachel said, you're getting on your budget, you're getting a realistic budget, you're figuring out what can we cut so that this $1,200 is actually a reality. And it's you and your wife agreeing to that because you need that money so you can save up a little bit to get out of this car and get into a car that you can afford because no more car payments, right? So you need at least $5,000-$6,000 to make this thing happen, at least, right? So we're getting out of this car, and then after that, it's okay. We freed up $600. We can breathe a little bit, and maybe it's you picking up a side hustle. Your wife, she's got the 2-year-old at home, but there's, at least it's one at home and not the others. And so what can she do to bring in extra income? And from this point on, it really is you guys deciding how quickly you clean up this mess by deciding how much more money comes in, because the ultimate goal is building wealth. The debt is standing in the way. That you clear out the debt and then you get yourself that emergency fund of 3 to 6 months saved. Now you're going to feel peace about day-to-day life, right? So if an emergency hits you, you're fine. And now you can actually start building wealth. You can start investing into your 401k if you have it, start investing into a Roth IRA as an option. But we've got to get through baby steps 1 through 3 first.
Brandon, have you looked into, other small businesses in your area and what they're paying for electricians? I just wonder, even if you switch out of the union, if you could find a better gig that pays more.
Yeah.
Well, I did solar for 7 years, and I have a little LLC with that. But and realistically, until I hit a journeyman's card, there's really nothing out there that's maybe paying more. It may be $1, it may be $2,
sure.
but
sure.
it's nothing like jumping up another $10,000 to $12,000.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was just curious if, sometimes in the private sector, there's, other opportunities. So I just didn't know if you had explored that because I think the goal too, Brandon, is, you guys make $60,000. And yes, there's a level of intensity during baby steps 1 through 3 to kind of get you out of this hole. So there will be, extra work here or there, all of that. But I think the goal is eventually to be able to live off of your income comfortably and enjoy it, be able to put some money aside for retirement, do some of these things to enjoy your life. And so if that is not coming to fruition,
Gotta shift.
Yeah, then that's where a bigger conversation is. And you guys are renting right now, right? So even home ownership, to be in the picture eventually, which I know can probably feels very overwhelming right now to think about, but to be able to get there. But hey, Brandon, I want you to hold on the line because Christian's going to pick up, and I want to gift you guys Financial Peace University, you and your wife. This is our 9-lesson course, and go through this. And again, it runs the gamut, everything from the budget to getting out of debt, all of it. And then, you know what? And hold on the line too. And Christian, we'll throw in some of Ken Coleman's stuff. He has a great career assessment that would just be interesting, Brandon. And again, being an electrician making $60,000, that's fabulous work and wonderful. But I think people do get to a reality of, okay, how do I sustain my life? Yeah. And if you can ever make more, that's going to help it without completely shifting your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So just out of curiosity, maybe dig into some of that too, and see if that kind of triggers anything for you. So thanks for the call, Brandon. You guys got this. Just stay on track.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.